starting a new Delta Green campaign. This one is called God's Hunt. It's actually not a full-length campaign, but it's 4 operations that I handpicked as ones that I loved, and I found common elements and themes in them, and I was able to string them together into like a 1960s espionage type campaign. So, just like the last campaign we started, we'll go around and say a little bit about our new characters that we're going to introduce to the story. So why don't we start first with Xander Cade, Jimmy's character. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Xander?
All right, I won't read to you guys the whole essay, but
The three
so
pages.
based, but it I'll spare you that. But it basically what it distilled down. So he was in school um, at Dartmouth College in the mid '60s, and he fell into a depression hearing about all of his friends getting sent off to Vietnam and killed. So he decided that after he graduated, he would enlist because like the guilt of being spared was just eating him away. So he enlisted. He went over his the unit that he was a part of. It's called the Deads Company, and he was
Sick.
it it kind of got like a reputation for being like this really high performing unit, and like they were like everything was going, I don't know, like not great in its war, but he was surviving for like like a year or so, and then there was this heavy ambush one night, and so like a few of the different groups in the unit sort of got separated, and during the combat, and they're like Xander's group, like they're wandering through the dark jungle, and he got knocked out by this mortar blast. And when he like came to, like everything was sort of like eerily quiet, except he could just hear all these screams around him, and he could see these like dark figures sort of shifting through the trees like unnaturally, and like he'd see them like ripping apart other soldiers, and they definitely weren't like they're kind of human-esque, but they definitely weren't human. They were definitely some sort of supernatural beings. And but him and a friend managed to escape, and then after uh, when they got rescued, they were interrogated by like these 2 guys from the government in suits, and they're basically like they kind of seemed like they knew what all that was, and he was really suspicious of them. And then they drugged him. He woke up in a hospital, military hospital, and then after the war, he decided to join the FBI so he could figure out like what that was, like what they were trying to cover up, and like who was responsible for that. And so he joined the FBI, got sent to California, and he did that the kind of like typical like late '60s post military kind of like hippie lifestyle where he grew out his hair a bit, got a little bit more grungy, um, and then he was sort of became like independent. Like he got one of those shaggy carpet vans with like the lava lamp inside, you can imagine, and the like the mural painted on the side. And so he would do his job at the FBI, but then he would also kind of like go out on his own when he could and like investigate, like try to like he would kind of try to like catalog certain things that he would hear about to try to like solve this thing on the side. Like he was trying to like get at them from the inside. So that's where he is now.
I love it.
Jesus.
And just for my own curiosity, does he use the van in all transportation needs? Because cars might
it's
factor into the scenario a little bit.
Say yes. We need a means of transportation.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
We need a
Yeah, it's not just for
We need a DD. We need a designated driver.
mystery machine.
Yeah, no,
Mystery
you-
machine.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
we can't use
Yes!
mystery.
Canon, canon.
It'll be
It's the
Enigma car.
Nope. The curiosity car.
Oh,
There we
that's
go.
sick. There we go.
Curiosity car.
We got it. We just need a dog.
I make the concept art and it's in like the Hanna-Barbera like Scooby-Doo cartoon. You guys are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
All right, canon. I love it. Let's go next to Doctor Isaiah Cross. Chris, why don't
Yeah,
you tell us
it's not-
about him?
I too have a 5-page background on my guy. No, I'll give you the basics. So he's around mid-30s. He was a Harvard graduate of medical school, class of 1959. We might need to edit that based on math. But after he graduated medical school, he practiced for a couple years, and then he enlisted in the Army as a combat medic, where he served some time. And then after being discharged, I guess he went back to being a doctor, continued to treat patients in his own practice, and he really got close to one of his patients that he saved while he was being a physician. And he actually has an uncurable disease, but he's trying to work towards finding a
patient
cure
or
for
your
that.
character?
No, my patient,
Oh, okay.
patient that I saved. Yeah, he as a physician, you're supposed to have like a professional boundary, but I think with what the patient that he saved, he's kind of crossed that, and he's now trying to make it his own vendetta to try to save himself. Yeah, but now I think it's all part of this Delta Green sphere of things. And yeah, that's all I got for him right now, but that's kind of the gist.
I love it. And what car does he drive?
Oh, I had to think of a car. Oh shoot, the Curiosity car. That's a great question.
He's roommates with Jimmy's character.
Maybe.
They live
We're
together
all
in the
actually
van.
roommates.
Carpool.
Hold on, he's sorting through his cars right now, which one he wants to pick to drive for the rest of the campaign.
Ooh,
Next.
multiple
Okay.
cars, huh?
No. I need a.
Dang,
Can I say Tesla? No, let me look at.
Uh,
let
Yeah,
me look at
ta-
cars of the
little-
era.
Yeah,
Let me
take
look at the
Early.
cars of the era.
take your time. We'll come back to you because this
What-
will be an important decision. What car you drive?
What years are we going through in this campaign again?
like 60s, right?
1960,
60s?
1967 to 1970.
Okay, so 1960s cars. Gotcha. I'm not a car guy. Oh, should I be sick? That car?
You're a physician. You can own whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
That's true. You got some money for sure.
Ah,
yeah.
dude.
While I figure this out.
Ferrari
You go.
Daytona, dude.
Yeah, we'll go next to Crisanto Voss,
Oh,
Jose's
Chris.
Uh,
character.
damn, that name is so extra.
No, I love
more
it. I love it.
The more I say it. I also don't have a 5-page essay, but yeah. I'll give
The
you
gist.
the general
is
gist
fun.
of it. So basically, his Chris, you're gonna love this. It's because he's half Filipino, but you may have known that already. So basically, his dad was a Dutch guy, met his mother in the Pacific Theater of World War II, and after the war, they got married and moved to California, and they had him. So and he just kind of grew up there. And he enlisted during the Vietnam War. and he passed like the recon sniper school, so he became a recon sniper. And him and his spotter made up a sniper team. And during a mission in Vietnam, they got captured behind enemy lines because they decided to expose themselves to save their fellow infantrymen from something.
Like they took their clothes off.
At the cost of the mission. Yes, they did.
Oh, whoa.
100%. No, but they had to. Alexa, shut up. They got themselves captured because they decided to expose themselves to save their fellow infantrymen rather than continue with the mission. So they got captured by the Viet Cong, and then while in captivity, they experienced some freaky supernatural crap, and then they were saved by these government agents who they knew nothing about, but like it left them with some PTSD scarring type stuff. Him and his spotter. And then after they got discharged, after they'd served their time, he sort of just went back to California, and he didn't really have a goal in mind, other than like he couldn't really stop thinking about the stuff that happened and when he was in captivity. So he got like a post office job, since post office will guarantee you a job basically if you're a veteran. So now he's just working there, and him and his spotter like still talk, and he talks to a psychiatrist too about all the stuff that's happened. He's just kind of going through it right now. He's just kind of living. He doesn't really have he has no way of knowing how to find out anything else, so he's cruising right now.
Amazing.
But yeah.
What car does he drive in 1967?
I'm looking it up right now. Postal inspectors can't afford that much, so
I think I have a car. I'm looking through
Okay.
the car database right now. It's the 1958 Rambler American.
Let me see this. 1958 Rambler American. Oh, I love it. That's such a 50s car. That's
Wow.
sick. Oh, I love it. That is sick. That's a sick car. I'm going to leave that up in the background because I like seeing this. All right.
I need to find a color. What color do I want this color? Yeah, I think it was. There's
Tyler, my exact car is a 1967 Dodge A100 for specifics.
mine's just gonna be a gray one.
Let's go.
Mine's just gonna be a gray car.
I think in my head it has to be European, because in my head his dad would have had an aversion to any American cars. So wait, hang on. Oh, wait. When did this come out? Give me a second, Tyler. I'm looking something up.
Yeah, no worries. You'll have a little bit of time. In the meantime, we're going to begin the story proper.
All right.
So, we begin in a dimly lit room in some nondescript building. It looks to be like brutalist architecture. There's nothing on the walls. And we just see a man slumped in a chair, his eyes half closed and his voice a low monotone. We see a tape recorder that clicks softly as a hand begins a recording. You see the reel-to-reel recorder spinning around, gyrating. And as the hand moves away, we hear a voice off screen. Теперь, Сергей, опишите, что вы видите. Guido V сейчас. And we see English subtitles on the screen below say, "Now, Sergey, describe what you see. Where are you?" We see the subtitles say, "The Hypnotist." We hear this man begin to speak in return. "Yana lelitsne, bisnalichkni, lelitse. I am on a staircase, an endless staircase." Back to the hypnotist, we see the subtitles say, "Endless. Where does it lead?" Sergey responds and he says, "It goes downward, always downward. I see no end. The walls, they are covered in images." And it appears to be exhibiting signs of emotional distress. Hypnotist. What images? What do they show? Back to Sergey. Faces. Strange faces. Ancient and twisted forms. People. Beasts. And something else. They move as if alive. From there, our camera just moves slowly in on this reel-to-reel tape recorder until our screen is just enveloped by this thick, soupy fog. It seems to be like filtering morning light, though. It's like this, almost like orange gray is sort of the color palette of this next scene. And we see it draping the landscape shot of San Francisco before us in this ghostly grayish orange. Our next shot is from the driver's seat of a car. Jose, why don't you tell us which car we see the San Francisco from?
Oh, you want like my pick, or do you want me to pick like?
This will be your character's car.
Ah, shit! I was looking at stuff right now.
I told you, you have a little bit of time.
Okay. All right, fine. Fuck it. I think we're just gonna full send. He's gonna be driving this.
Oh,
No.
What is
No.
this, dude?
No, hang on.
Wait, tell me the make and model.
It is an Opel Kadett from 1960.
Cadet 1960. Oh, I love it. That's perfect. I like how boxy it is.
Oh yeah.
It's so I love boxy cars.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be cream colored.
Green.
Nice. So yeah, it almost blends into the tableau that we're sort of seeing here of San Francisco. It's like this cream colored car, and it just sort of becomes one with this massive landscape. It's almost like a slow zoom in, and we just see this car just going up and down these hills that sort of crest like waves in the cityscape. But now we go inside the car, looking through the windshield. We see there are like shapes that shift in this murk. There's lampposts, we see trees, we see the silhouettes of pedestrians, but like nothing super tangible. It almost doesn't seem like a world outside this car. It seems like perhaps it could be some sort of like half-remembered dream. The edges almost seem smudged and uncertain. We cut next to this car, this Opel Kadett.
It's in general, by the way, if you want to look at it.
Hell yeah. We see it cresting this hill. we see on the bottom of the screen, it says Friday, September 1st, 1967. We see stepping out of the car the shape of Crisanto Voss. You're heading into your job as a postal inspector. And before you, you see the sign for the UC Berkeley Post Office. And it's sort of situated in this large, like, boxy building of mid-century design. It's a mix of, like, concrete and glass, and it's not really the most beautiful sight to behold, and perhaps it even, like, harkens a bit to that intro room we saw Sergei in. Like, it's just this brutalist sort of piece. And we just hone in on this tall flagpole that's centered out front. We see the American flag fluttering in the breeze. What do you do?
What time is it?
It is 6 a.m. in the morning. You're rolling up
Is
for
that my-
work.
That's my normal punch-in time?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll head in through the doors.
Okay.
Start his day. He's probably got like a coffee in his hand.
Okay, you head inside. Inside, there's sort of high ceilings. It has this sort of airy, open feel to it, and there's just the constant hum of activity. The thud of mailbags. Classic sound that I love from these old movies is like the clatter of typewriters. As people are typing in the background, you see everyone, as was common back then, is dressed in suits that works here. Everyone looks professional. There's also just the constant smell of cigarette smoke because people just smoked everywhere back then. You pass by rows of brass post office boxes lining the walls. And you see that, we see in this moment that each of the boxes has this tiny numbered dial lock that students and professors will come in to use to check for letters, bills, or care packages from home. You pass by the customer counter and head to the sorting area. And you see workers in like khaki shirts and ties are moving briskly along towering racks of mailbags and cubbies stuffed with envelopes. And the whiff that you get of cigarettes is strongest here than anywhere else. As you definitely see some familiar faces. You don't see your boss yet. But you do see a postal worker there named Kelvin Blackburn. He's an African-American man in his 30s. Sort of has a balding pate, and he's certainly the most friendly of the postal workers to you. And he sort of looks towards you. He's like, "Hey, good morning, Chris."
What was his name? I heard Blackburn. I didn't hear the
Kelvin Blackburn.
Kelvin or Melvin?
Kelvin. Like the temperature.
Oh, okay. Oh, one of the things I haven't thought of was my character's voice yet, but we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. I gotta feel him out first. Morning.
And he just walks up to you and he just offers you a cigarette. He has a pack of Marlboros in his hand, and we see like the old 1960s style packaging with blocky letters.
Yeah, he smokes. I'll
And he says,
I lit one up for you.
hell yeah. The sound effects. Listen, Jim, who you know is your boss, Postmaster Jim Hardwick. But he's like, look, Jim hasn't come in yet, but some of the boys found a suspicious package this morning, early. First drop. It's leaking an oily fluid and has some chemical smell to it. Don't think it's anything, but might just set their mind at ease. If you were to check it out for them, or I don't know, maybe we should call the sheriff's office and have the bomb squad look at it, just to be safe.
No, I'll take a look. Where'd you leave it?
It's in the back by the loading docks. You know, the boys couldn't stand the smell. It was stronger even than the Marlboros in this room, so we put it out back so we could air this place out.
All right. I'll go down there right now then.
You head on down, and you see there's a small crowd of postal workers that are following you. They seem to be intent on seeing whatever happens here. If it is a bomb, you know, seeing what might happen if you were to, like, go about it, recognize it's a bomb, or, like, call for help or something. It's just exciting for them, so they all trail you in a mob.
Yeah, not much happens in a post office.
Exactly. But you see it's small, I'd probably say maybe like a 12 by 12 cube cardboard box. You see the sides of it seem to be he's getting one. Let's go.
It's for my immersion.
For your immersion. Yeah. But yeah, you see the sides appear to be stained by some bluish fluid. And it does give this weird, like, chemical smell. And even being, you know, perhaps a character that's, like, more nonchalant in general, this certainly gives you pause that there could be something dangerous in this package.
Can I do the first check of the game?
Let's go.
How do checks work in this?
So, first we need to find a relevant check. I'll ask you, what are you trying to do? Are you just trying to, like, to look at it and assess, like, its likelihood to be, like, a bomb? Are you looking at it trying to identify what this fluid is? What's the kind of approach?
I think I would try to be identifying the fluid. I'm looking through. Am I supposed to be looking at statistics right now, or like the skills?
The skills.
Okay, so what would that be? That would be...
So I would say to identify, like, a chemical compound, you could use a pharmacy check, which actually I don't think you're trained in, so that's actually out of the question.
0.
But if you wanted to just do, like, a basic passover of, like, is this shit dangerous?
Oh yeah.
I would say do a forensics roll, which you have a 30 in, so you need to roll under 30.
Oh, okay. Damn. Well. Oh, okay. So I have to get underneath this. I didn't know how that worked.
I mean, you essentially come to the same conclusion that Kelvin did, which is like there's something suspicious about this package. It should be floated to his superiors, which in effect in this situation is you for safety reasons.
Okay.
And you're now thinking like I might need to pass the buck higher than me to either like the sheriff's office, who can provide like a bomb squad to properly go in and open it, or at least to your postmaster once he gets into the building.
Okay, I'm gonna use my
Or you could open it.
knowledge. I'm gonna use my meta knowledge of the post office here. Not like I work there. The whole job of the postal inspector, one of the jobs is to deal with shit like this, so I kind of have to. But I think Voss is gonna put some gloves on at the very least.
PPE, love it.
He's gonna get the gloves on real quick. And is there there's probably like an inspection room where you can take it, just so it's like away from others.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll find the inspection room. He'll put gloves on, maybe a mask. And he'll cut that shit open.
Okay.
Oh, no, that didn't sound good.
Jose's character just dies. Like,
Die.
1d100 sanity damage. Your mind's
Oh.
destroyed.
Jesus Christ.
No. But yeah, so you take it.
I lived.
It's extremely precarious. You have to like hold it with both hands and walk slowly because the cardboard is so wet that it might just fall apart, revealing whatever is inside.
Okay.
So you pick it up and you move it over to an inspection room. We see this crowd of postal workers is now around you. Some of them are talking, placing bets on what it could be. Kelvin is loving it. He's sort of like a ringleader of these people. And you open it up.
Uh-oh.
It's like somebody shipping food or something. It's nothing crazy. It's a dead person's hand. Eyeball.
Liquid C4.
The first thing you see is it seems to be something wrapped in like a dozen cold packs.
Oh god.
Like they've been trying to refrigerate something.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
And as you gingerly cut farther and farther along the tape, you take one of the cold packs with a glove and start to move it aside. And you see the severed head of a dog.
Oh,
Right. It was a fucking body part.
It's a
I was
black
hoping it was human.
Gross.
it's a black Labrador retriever.
Oh.
And you see it has a wound in its skull that sort of exposes part of its brain tissue. You're gonna give me the first sanity roll of this campaign.
I pre-rolled already, actually. You see the roll?
Success. Okay, so you succeed. But that is far from the most disturbing part of this
Oh,
package.
Jesus.
As you have your hand in there.
You said
Hey,
that's
Drew.
not the most disturbing part of the package?
Exactly.
Alright.
You're maneuvering the cold pack so you can get a better look at this severed dog's head. And all of a sudden it twitches and lunges to
yeah.
bite your hand.
What
Hey,
the
So, 2 checks here. This is going to be a
Excuse me.
this is going to be a dodge roll
Sanity check.
to try to dodge out of the way before this snarling dead dog's head can bite you. And the second's going to be another sanity check against the unnatural this time, as this dead dog's head has reanimated in an attempt to bite your hand.
Okay, where's dodge first of all?
Dodged under skill.
Damn.
Okay. You're going to take 1 point of damage.
Have I rolled
As
health
this-
yet?
I think you have. Yeah, you have
I think we have default health.
11 hit points, so now you're at 10.
Oh, it's at am I looking at strength or con?
Excuse me.
Hit points. It's under number 9 on the sheet.
Oh, okay. So I've got 10.
As this dead Labrador Retriever's head bites you on the hand, and we see this blue fluid in its jaws, and this blue fluid leaking down your hand. Immediately, immediately you gather, like, you could have been exposed to this chemical right off the bat. But the canine teeth bite right through them. And you see, like, skin irritation beginning to form from where the blue fluid came into contact with your skin. You're alone in this room, but outside people can hear you, like, oh my god.
Is that good or bad? I don't want critical.
That's
means.
really good.
Okay.
That's crazy. Wow. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is like a nonchalant reaction, but this dog head bites you, and you sort of have a very, like, mechanical reaction, very, like, logical. Like, you're like, I need to get this thing, this unnatural thing, away from me, or I need to destroy it in this moment, because it's going to just keep trying to bite me. It's going to try to get out of the box.
How did crits work in this game?
Doubles.
Yeah, it's doubles under your score, or a 1 or a 100.
Okay.
Criticals on sanity don't really
much.
mean too much,
I was gonna say.
but criticals on skills and in combat matter a lot.
Okay.
So just keep that in mind. But yeah, what do? The snarling dog's head comes back to life amidst these cold packs, and it's like twitching in there. You have your service pistol on you, and you have your inspection kit on the table.
What's in the inspection kit?
Just like, you know, the rubber gloves that you have on.
Inspection stuff.
There's there's different, like, tools, like essentially like micro blades that you can use to, like, take apart they look very similar to scalpels and forceps.
I think since he was most likely using his pocket knife to open the package, it'll be the closest thing to hand, so he's probably just gonna take the pocket knife and, like, stab it or something.
Okay. So with a pocket knife, that's going to be a melee weapons roll against this head.
Oh shit, maybe maybe I shouldn't have picked the pocket knife. Oh wait, if I just try and punch it, can I use unarmed combat instead? Or at least,
Yeah.
like, to pry its jaw open?
Yeah,
Something to that effect.
you could certainly try that.
Oh! I suck.
Oh no.
I suck.
Just over. Yeah,
Wow,
so
I would have wanted a melee weapon too. That's so sad.
yes, you try to pry its jaw open, but it's too strong. It's a dog's snarling mouth, and its teeth are just bearing down on you. And you know, if you don't destroy this thing or, like, get it away from you, it's just gonna keep biting you every single turn.
Okay.
I'll have you roll another dodge as it tries to give you a second bite on your hand.
Dude!
Teeth down again.
He's not having a good day right now.
1 more HP of damage.
9.
There's blood starting to course down your hand, and at this point,
Damn, just hit that thing off the table, bro.
Kelvin and a few of the postal workers start to come into the room. They hear you screaming. They see blood. They see the package is over. They don't see what's inside the box yet, which might be a good thing.
Yeah.
But they're starting to
You
come
might
in.
want to save them, dude. Don't let them see the thing.
All right.
Just say
fuck
you
it.
cut yourself.
Wow, I can't do shit, dude.
Yeah.
Against this fucking thing.
So yeah, you try to take out your pistol.
I can't even get to it.
You can't even get to it. This thing is still trying to bite you. Have you roll one last dodge to see if you can get out of this thing's bite range.
Oh my god.
One more HP.
That's a good start. That's a good start.
Okay. So you're sitting at what, 8 now?
I'm sitting at 8, dude.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
so
third
this thing has bit you multiple times, and blood is just coursing down. It's mixing with this strange fluid in the box, which you gather is probably not a good thing. But by this point, the postal workers come in. Some of them grab you. Some of them try to grab this snarling dog's head. One of them gets bitten in the process. Perhaps it's Kelvin that's reaching down to try to like stop this thing.
No.
But between all of them, just like stomping on this box, like pushing it up against the wall and just trying to like properly destroy it, kick it, like just maybe take a knife to it, try to stab it, whatever this thing is, just trying to get it out of the picture. Nothing seems to work. This thing is still in the box. There's like blade marks in it. It's like roughed up to the point where a lot of its fur is matted. And at the end of it, you're backed up against the wall. All the postal workers are backed up against the wall. Someone has thrown the package to the other side of the inspection room. And sort of like that classic shot from The Thing, we see the box is overturned and this dog's head is just inching its own way out of the box.
Yo.
And slowly crawling its way across the floor. But you have some distance now.
Can I try shooting it again?
Yeah. Give me a firearms check.
For the love of... Thank you!
Nice.
For fuck's sake.
Nice. Easy enough. How many bullets do you put in this thing to make it stop?
The whole mag.
You certainly could.
I would double tap, and if it keeps moving, then I double tap again.
Yeah, so you shoot twice. 2 shots in it. Both of its ears are blown off in this like cloud of viscera, and it keeps moving. You shoot twice more.
Put more in there.
4 45 bullets. And this thing is just like now partially eviscerated. It's like half of a skull at this point. And you see that even despite that, it has this bone part of its jaw that's still moving. But now it's fully come to a stop. It has no way of like maneuvering itself or trying to bite because its jaw's been blown off, but there's still a little part of it that's twitching.
Stomp on its head.
And it starts to dawn on you. You look around and you see all these people that have never seen the unnatural before have just witnessed this. There's like more people that are crowding outside the postal inspection room now. You see like faces of like women and men from the front counter that are just staring in.
Oh gosh. Good thing cell phones aren't a thing yet.
This is true.
I've been muted. Hit it with a blunt force object. Get a pipe or something.
It's still going, you said?
It's stationary now, but you see
it's
like
still
part of its jaw is still twitching.
Oh, sorry.
Stop on it.
I'll shoot it one more time. I got a crit too.
Yeah, you shoot it one more time and it stops moving. And now there's just this mess of like the original package that's been torn to shreds. There are pieces of like, yeah, your bloody hand, an arm with 3 bite marks in it. There's 8 cold packs that are spread across the room. part of a garbage bag that was used to wrap the head, and we just end on this shot of like your bloody rubber gloves that you used to open the package that you've like have been torn off
Damn.
and torn to shreds.
Question.
Yeah.
Just technically.
Yeah.
Are we counting ammo in this game, or is it just like reload ammo?
At this point, no. Once we get into the investigation proper, like we'll start, but
Okay.
for this opening scene, we won't.
Okay.
We cut from the shot of rubber gloves to surgical gloves. We see the hands of an African American man as he's placing gloves onto his perfectly clean hands, recently washed, as he turns to his patient in his office. Where is the doctor on this fine day, Chris? We see on the bottom of the screen, we've now cut ahead 2 days. So it is, or sorry, 1 day. So Saturday. The 2nd of 1967, Labor Day weekend.
You said where is he? Like in the U.S. type of wise? Also, do we have like bounds and boundaries of where we're at?
Just has to be in California. That's the only
Oh.
boundary.
I guess he'll be just in L.A. like probably being a physician. Yeah,
Doing physician stuff. Yeah. No big...
doing physician stuff in L.A. downtown L.A.
Okay. Yeah, what is he doing? Because it's kind of unusual for a doctor to work on a Saturday. So
he was probably finishing. He definitely doesn't have any patients, but probably has tons of documentation that he has to catch up on, and then maybe touching base with patients, like giving them calls, and then probably still trying to research this treatment for one of his patients that he's grown really close to. So nothing on the clock, more just like, gotta get this done or it's not gonna get done.
Hmm. Yeah, so maybe it's not even like surgical gloves that he puts on, but it's more just like a nice pair of like leather gloves that he wears outside. We first see him like walking in, typing on the typewriter for a bit, looking over like medical journals. We see like black and white photographs of patients, a lot of terminology, medical terminology that's outdated now, but is like considered the current medical knowledge back then.
Miasma. Okay, maybe not that old.
Miasma. Where do these illnesses keep coming from? It must be the air. The bad air. But yeah, and we see would you say like he's in his office maybe, or at his home?
He probably would have went to no, he's in his library office in his house. You know, that's typical like big wooden desk in the middle of the room, like with like a Jimmy's type of like big sprawling library bookcase with his awards and like his commendations from his service, and then just like statues, really nice decorated interior, but all like 50s based.
Okay. And at one point, you start to get up, like you're gonna make yourself lunch, and you hear a ring at the door. Someone's ringing your doorbell.
Okay. I open the door.
You see a tall man in a black suit. Very thin. He smells of cigarettes. His hair is sort of unkempt. And his tie is like a bit out of place, like it was hastily put on. In the background down the street, you see a black Ford Galaxy. And in it, you see like 3 or 4 shapes, like there are multiple passengers. And he says to you, "You've been invited to a day at the races."
Would I know what that? Would I know what races mean?
Yeah, a day at the races is like a code word that Delta Green uses for you've been invited to an operation.
Ah. I
Is your-
nod. What? Who?
Your
I
character
nod.
knows what that
Say.
means?
Well, I guess so. Yeah, I guess we're all Delta Green agents, so I guess that
Yeah.
would make sense. I would say. Is he eating our food? I would say. Sorry, I think you got the wrong house, but I would like nod and then just close the door.
Weather in LA is always so foggy. It's hard getting a nice view in a place like this. And he leads you over. He opens the door for you into this black Ford Galaxy, which was like...
Oh, so I'm going with him. Gotcha.
Yeah. He motions for you to get into the back seat. You see there's this huge dude in a suit sitting in the opposite seat of where you would sit. The driver's seat is a bit obscured, but you see there looks to be this like shorter figure that's sitting there, and he has the rear view mirror angled so you can only see part of his face.
Nice.
Do you
Can
get
I-
in the car?
Canonically, can I make that big dude Mr. Bubbles from Lilo and Stitch?
Heck yeah.
Mr. Bubbles. I think I'm thinking of the right person.
The
Let me-
huge black guy with the sunglasses.
Yes, I was thinking of the right guy. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You see this huge dude. He turns to you and just looks at you, gives you a nod, looks back, and you just see this figure in the mirror of this car. Oh, let me re up the music real quick.
And he's sitting where, in the passenger or rear driver's seat?
Actually, that's a good point. The guy who's angled the mirror is sitting in the passenger seat.
Driver. Oh, okay.
The driver appears to be some like nondescript white male in a two-piece suit.
Mhm.
You see the person who's angled the mirror towards you appears to be a white woman in her maybe her 40s or 50s. You can't be sure. You see like some wrinkles, but she's wearing this like very professional looking blazer.
And am I sitting behind the woman? Yeah, the rear driver seat.
That's right. The other agent is standing outside the car. He's sort of like standing. He's sort of like standing watch. And you see part of her face, and you just hear her voice. She says, Dr. Cross, you've been brought into this investigation for your medical expertise. You'll need to get your things in order. We'll make sure your patients are taken care of in the meantime, but you need to be at the UC Berkeley post office by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. sharp. Your case officer will meet you there, and the other agents assigned to this case will as well. There's been an outbreak of the unnatural near the campus that needs to be taken care of.
Understood.
And we cut from there. Perhaps we cut from like the car door opening to the van door of the Dodge A100.
Yes.
Curiosity car, let's go.
That's
Curiosity
cool.
car. As
Curiosity kills the car, dude.
Xander Cade opens up this Dodge A100 van's door. Where do we find him on this Saturday?
So part of the sort of bohemian lifestyle he's picked up on the side is he's He's like surfing on the Malibu coast. Maybe he has a surfboard on the outside of his car van. So he just got out of the ocean.
Nice. Yeah, we see him with this like huge surfboard he has over his shoulder, walking back. You hear the crashing of the waves in the background. As you see, there seems to be another surfer that's like trailing some 10 to 15 feet behind you.
So I'm like am I walking up towards my car?
Yep. You turn around?
Yeah, I'll turn around and like give him a little like, yep, it was good out there. Kind of a little nod like that.
You see it's a young black woman, her early 20s. She's in like a 1960s like classic looking bathing suit. And she's like, man, that was a killer wave, huh?
Yeah, I mean you were catching a bunch out there. Good session.
Yeah, I try to stay fit, stay limber. You never know when they're going to call you to a day at the races.
Damn, that was.
So I don't know what that is. I know what that is, right?
Yeah, this woman's a Delta Green agent.
Oh. Sorry, could you say that again? Just want to make sure.
Are you saying this in character?
Yeah.
A day at the races. I try to stay fit for that, as fit as I can.
Wow.
But are you fit, Mr. Cade?
Yeah, try to be, but I could maybe go to the gym, get a little more fit.
Well, there's a McDonald's down the street.
Ooh,
Why
I don't
don't
know if
you,
that's good for me being fit.
It's good to treat yourself once in a while. Why don't you take me there and pretend like we're on a date?
Okay. Maybe if it goes well, we don't have to pretend.
She sort of laughs at that. And you both walk. It's like a half-mile walk down the road, and you see like the classic 1960s yellow arches. Our camera focuses in on this table that's like towards the edge of the McDonald's, outside and away from anyone else who would be speaking or hearing, I guess, what you guys would be speaking about. And she's like gingerly playing with one of her fries, just like circling it around the ketchup. Then she eats it. She says, "You've been called in from the cold. We have an operation going on just south of UC Berkeley, just south of San Francisco. Now I know what you're thinking. It's not one of those bullshit anti-communist surveillance projects. This is the real shit. This is
that's what they said last time.
Well, I know you've been put through the ringer, man, and if you want it, this is gonna give you a lot more to chew on."
All right. Well, what are they so desperate for help this time?
There's been an outbreak of the unnatural at a post office up there. It's for the university, but luckily exposure has been kept to a minimum. Only a handful of postal workers that we think we'll stay quiet. We have a man on the inside who might work wonders for us with him. It's never fun. She sort of takes her soda now, and she's like twirling the straw with the ice. It's never fun when innocents get mixed up in it.
Any casualties?
Just an injury. A couple injuries if you count our guy. We sent them to a program. Hospital, if you catch my meaning. She sort of stretches. We have a lot of friends, Xander. A lot of people on our side, luckily.
Oh, what exactly was the nature of the this unnatural outbreak? Do we know anything about it?
And we cut from there
Ah,
to a shot of your Dodge A100 driving through the San Francisco streets.
Nice.
We see first the van pull into a parking spot, followed soon after by the 1958 Rambler of Dr. Cross. We see on the front of the post office there's like a closed sign, but you see what looks to be a Delta Green agent. Spots you from inside the building and opens up the door for both of you. As you both lock eyes in this moment for the very first time, having not known each other or spoken to each other, do you say anything or do you just walk in?
I'll probably just walk in.
Okay.
I'll do the cordial like head nod. I think I'm gonna have like a bowler / fedora hat on. So I give
Okay.
a little hat head nod thing. A little
Tips
how do
hat.
you do,
Milady.
milady? I'm gonna say milady.
Milady.
Canonical.
I love it. It's canon now.
Yeah,
Sandy's
correct.
gonna be like, he's gonna like in the process of like, you know, kind of like holding his arm out like after you, and he kind of does like a little like, what do you say?
What do you say?
What?
What did you just call me?
Okay. You guys are led by this agent to the rear loading docks. You pass through a letter sorting area to a break room. You see there's like this guy. He just looks like the most quintessential like 60s FBI guy. He's almost completely bald. His ears are almost abnormally large for his head, but he has a really strong jawline, and he's sort of like this shorter, a little bit stocky individual, like he's spent the past 10 years behind a desk. But he has this cold, analytical gaze, like beady black eyes, and he just regards you with like such indifference that it almost frightens you both a little bit. Like you're staring at the eyes of someone who's likely led operations that have like, you know, made people disappear, dealt in very morally gray areas, even for like the clandestine forces of the government, like CIA, FBI. Like this guy is a true like black bag operative. And he stands up. He has these highly calloused hands, and he extends his hand first to Dr. Cross. He says, Dr. Cross, John Drake, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
This is what this guy looks like. I'm gonna show this to you, and I'm also gonna put this on your evidence board.
Okay.
This is what this guy looks
His
like.
name John Drake.
John Drake. But
Where's he? Oh, there he is. Oh my god, that's literally the freaking. I know that actor.
yep. I put his name in quotation marks because you know this is absolutely not his real
Not
name
his
that he
real
just
name.
gave you. But I'm gonna put this image on the evidence board. Let's give me your first little bit of evidence here.
What's that? Oh my god, now you got me so confused. Jeff Daniels.
Jack Daniels?
That's Jeff Daniels, right, Tyler?
That's Jack Daniels.
The
Um,
Jack Daniels.
It might be. It was some concept art that I found. Let me see, Jeff Daniels.
That's totally.
It looks like him, yeah.
That's totally. That's very good.
He turns towards Xander next.
So bright.
Asian Cade, nice to meet you. John Drake.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at pictures of Jeff Daniels.
Sorry.
It's
Don't look
it's
like
an
him.
easy way to sidetrack, I'm sure.
What is it?
He said, "Nice to meet you."
John Drake, nice to meet you.
Mr. Drake. Nice to meet you. What appears to be going on here?
Yeah, so you two have been called in for an operation, my friends. This one's going to be called Operation Dead Letter. But I'm going to let my friend here do the explaining. He motions towards the doorway. And we see a very haggard-looking Crisanto Voss with just like bandages wrapped around his arm. Perhaps, high a little bit on painkillers at this point. A little bit out of it. But you can't even tell. You just see these, like, black aviators that block his eyes from you.
You're wearing sunglasses inside?
Shady.
Literally shady.
The painkillers affect my vision. They make me very sensitive to light. Leave me alone.
In character, you look like shit. I take a look at his hand.
Yeah, it's very odd. You see the bandages. It's there's like a partial bleed through, like there was a ton of blood loss.
Oh, you said that in character?
Yeah.
Oh, you said that in character. Oh, I thought you were saying that out of
Yes.
character.
If you're saying that to me, you should see the other guy. And he pulls out the box.
I take a glance and I'm just saying, you lost to a head of a dog.
Is that your dog?
That's even more fucked up.
Yeah, so at this point, sanity checks from both of you as you see this dead dog's head.
Do I get advantage because I'm a combat medic? Thoughts?
First of all, let me. I'd say this
I
would
guess
probably
how that
be
would work.
a check for sanity against violence. I will give you. I'll give you a plus 10% to your
Okay,
check.
So do I just click the sanity thing?
That's right.
Oh,
Critical success!
Critical success. Yeah, so your experience as a doctor, it doesn't really phase you.
and
Also an
combat
11.
medic.
So
Also 11.
yeah, exactly. So Xander, you are going to take
Am I still at 9 HP, by the way?
3 points of sanity damage.
My HP is 9. What the fuck?
I really
I
just
saw-
like dogs.
Yeah, it's fucked up. You see, there's this
me.
dog's head. It's been shot through with like 6 bullets. It's like barely even a thing now. It's gross and mangled.
I'm assuming that the bullets were from you, and I point to you.
Yeah, those were kind of necessary after it came back to life and started attacking me.
I guess you had to do what you had to do, but Jesus, man.
The thing would not go down.
Maybe you should have shot better. Can I take a look at the dog head?
You certainly can. So, let me see here. I'll have you give me a forensics roll.
Forensics. Oh,
Forensics.
okay. Not too bad. 50% chance. Oh.
Damn, you're
Oh.
rolling well tonight. Holy
That-
shit.
Wait, so
Oh.
explain to me again how crits work. Double digits.
Like 11, 22, 33, 44.
Okay.
Anything under that percentile that you have.
Okay.
So I would have to get 11, 22, 33, or 44 to get a crit.
Oh, okay.
Or
So,
one.
so
guess.
your chance of crits is actually fairly decent.
Yeah,
That's why I
exactly.
am.
Which is fun. It's really fun in combat because crits in combat are crazy. But yeah, just doing like a quick analysis. People sort of like step back and allow you to sort of examine it a bit more properly. With a successful forensics roll, apart from the bullet holes in the dog's head, the only other trauma is from where it appears to have been sawn from the neck, like sawn off with a blade. It looks to be surgical, and the precision shocks you a little bit. For something so gruesome, it looks like this was a very clean cut, like perhaps a doctor performed this cut. The brain has been severely damaged by 38 caliber rounds of just or 45 rounds just firing into it.
It's
And
also stabbed.
yeah, and its jaw just sort of limply flops open from its single remaining hinge, and there's one intact eye left on it, and it's rolling around in its socket. It's still moving.
Wait, just like in a circle?
That's right.
That's weird.
It wasn't noticeable before because its lid was shut, but as soon as you like sort of lift it up a bit, you see it's still somewhat alive. I'll have you give me either. Actually, do you have what's your medicine score?
80?
Okay. Part of this is if you have a certain score at a certain value, you get things automatically without a check. So if you have a 50% medicine or better, you can immediately pick up on this.
Yeah.
Which is the tissue of the dog's head doesn't seem to be truly dead nor alive. It doesn't appear to be like rotting, but it also doesn't appear to be as vibrant as like a living dog.
Have I seen anything like this before? Also, have I been exposed to the supernatural stuff? I'm assuming because I'm Delta Green, right?
Yeah, but not like a lot, I would say. Perhaps
Okay.
perhaps you've read stuff that they've given you, like
Case files,
classified
yeah.
documents, case files, things like that.
Yeah.
You know of this famous case from their history of encountering this race of fish-like people that they took tissue samples from in 1928. But other than that, like, very minimal. This is the first hands-on bit of, like, exposure you've had to the unnatural, and your interest is certainly piqued by it.
Nice.
But, you know,
That is a weird one.
for a proper chemical analysis, you'll need to take this to the lab.
For a proper chemical analysis, I'll need to take this to the lab. Is there anything weird with his hands?
With
Cristano?
Crisanto's hands?
Crisanto? Spelled that
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, do you let him sort of take off the bandages and sort of inspect it?
Yeah, sure. I'll just hold my hand out.
Okay.
Call me boss.
All right, boss. Let me see them mitts.
Get the fingies out. Alright, yeah, he'll unwrap his
Yeah, so with a an 80 in medicine, you automatically know that it appears as though this chemical has caused skin agitation in the form of dermatitis.
Contact
dermatitis. But otherwise, it doesn't appear like it's had any visible effect. It hasn't, like, you sort of interrogate him a little bit about his symptoms. There's nothing really strange. Like, it doesn't seem like it entering his bloodstream necessarily has had any adverse effects. Maybe the because of the small dosage, or perhaps it didn't come through with the bite, but you know, at least where it superficially came into contact with the skin, it caused dermatitis.
We'll need to cut it off. Can you bring? No, I'm joking. You should just wash your hands. You should just wash your hands and put on some antibiotic. You should be good. You don't feel weird. Nothing. You don't feel dizzy, nauseous, like your hand's about to explode. Everything feel as it is.
I know, Tyler. Do I?
Do you what?
Do I feel any of that?
Anything
just-
weird
is it just like-
constitutionally,
Yeah.
or is it just the skin agitation?
Nothing weird constitutionally.
Alright.
The only thing is, like I said, the dermatitis is itchy. It's uncomfortable for you, but besides the obvious pain from the actual bites, it doesn't have any other sort of like effects on you.
Okay.
Is there still like this is the blue saliva stuff? Yeah.
Yeah,
From the dog.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be like it's organic to the dog's biology. It appears like it's like also in the package.
Oh, so it's separate from the dog.
Oh, is it not?
Actually,
just,
I'm gonna go back on that.
was-
I'm gonna go back on
Yeah.
that because it actually is also coming from the dog's head, but it appears like it's also just in the package.
Okay, so it's the thing that leaked out from the dog head. Okay, I don't recommend any of you do this, but can I take like I put a glove on, put a finger in the blue stuff, and then just rub it on my skin, just like a streak on my skin?
It wasn't just like the blue crap from the cold pack.
No, it appears to be some other chemical compound. Immediate contact dermatitis.
Mm.
And once you do that, you see the other agents in the room like wincing.
Huh?
And John Drake steps forward. And he's like, "Let's not get too hasty, Doctor. We don't know the exact nature of this compound, and that's going to be part of this mission. So, we'll bag it up, and you can choose what you would all like to do with it. Testing on
Sounds good to me.
humans is something we're not going to encourage just yet. I'm sure you can all see we're up against something unnatural.
No. Shit.
The objectives for this mission, in no particular order, you're all to determine the source and the nature of this biological anomaly. This dog's head is surviving physical traumas that should far surpass that of a living dog, a living organism. And I want to get to the root of that. You are to determine the involvement of the intended recipients of this package in this biological anomaly. You are to determine the threat to national security that this package poses, created by whomever or whatever is responsible for this. You're to neutralize any immediate threats with a minimum of exposure. And if violations of federal law have been committed, you are to determine whether charges can be prosecuted without exposure of the public to information about preternatural or paranormal phenomena.
All the basic shit.
The basic shit. If you take a look here, and he lifts up a flap on the side of the box, you see it has like a shipping label. And I'm going to reveal this to you guys. This is what you see is written on the shipping label of this package. It's like more illegible than this handout. It's like riddled in bullets and shit and like kind of scrawled on there, but this is what you see.
Thomas Iron Shirt. Montana.
And I'll reveal this too on your evidence board here. John Drake also, with putting a glove on his hand, removes something that was below the cold packs in the box. He pulls out a piece of paper that seems to have been taped to one of the cold packs behind the dog's head. And I'm going to put this on your evidence board as I re-up the music here. And I'll have Xander read this for me.
Okay. Dear Miss Lin V, Lin Wei.
Linway.
Lin Wei. Can I click on this to make it a little bit bigger?
I think if you zoom in to like one, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you zoom into like 150, it should be pretty readable.
This abomination was the result of experiments conducted at the Amalgamated Biocarb Inc. chemical production facility on the Blackfoot Indian Reservation, just north of Browning, Montana. From past experience, I know you can be trusted to do everything in your power to expose this obscene perversion of science and nature. My position here is precarious, so I must move cautiously. I will contact you soon.
Did you write this, or did you find a font that just looked like this?
This was part of the handouts actually for this module.
Really? That's sick.
But I enhanced it a bit.
Okay.
The text is from it, but I made it a different paper stock, and for the postal tag, I made it a 1960s tag.
Dude, you're so pro.
I'm just getting better at Photoshop. Each campaign, like, it's fun.
Tyler, what is this on the label? It says to Fiona Lin Wei, and then it says, or Lin Wei, and then it's
commanding officer. Is that CO?
Yes, it looks like percentage.
CO stands for care of.
Care of.
Care of the Ecotopian.
Wrong CO. Had the wrong
CEO. Yeah, you've never heard of that before. Unclear.
It's in Berkeley, though.
The address is in Berkeley, which is close by. But before he leaves, and he has two men with him who are both like armed, John Drake turns to all of you. And he's like, this is what we're dealing with. So, any questions for me, gentlemen? Or can I fuck off to enjoy my Sunday?
We'll take care of it.
That's what I like to hear. And he just gives you like a... And as he's walking out the door, he says, if there's anything you need, don't hesitate to call. We have friends everywhere. And Xander, what is your law skill?
Is 30.
Okay. Oh, actually, your HUMINT is at 60, actually, so this would count for that as well. HUMINT or law. With a HUMINT of 60, which is above 50, you know that he's subtly implying that because it's a UC Berkeley is like a hotbed campus at this time period with a lot of student protests, through the FBI and through your connections to the FBI, there's a program not even publicly publicly known to the US at this time, but now known to us through documents that have been unearthed, called COINTELPRO, which is called the Counterintelligence Program. And it's a network of informants, basically, on a lot of these student movements. So you know that him saying we have friends everywhere is him implying you could potentially use a COINTELPRO informer to give you like a lay of the land, or to try to tell you about Fiona, or however you might want to use them. They exist and they're out there, and they're this shadow network of informers.
How would I contact such a person? I don't know who they are.
Yeah, so it would essentially be a luck roll if you wanted to try to like go to, say, like the campus. It'd be a luck roll to see if there's like an informer that's convenient for you to contact. And then from there, it'd probably be like a bureaucracy roll to see if you can motivate them enough to come to your side. They're not like, it's not like you throw a rock and you hit 5 of them, but like there could be one per, every couple thousand students that would be amenable to helping you as an FBI agent.
All right. I'll turn to the other guys and I'll say, well, I feel like if she's in Berkeley, that might be a good place to start to get some information on her. Perhaps somebody at the college might know her. You want to hop in the van? There's plenty of space. We can go do a little surveillance.
How about I'll meet you there?
All right.
Yeah, we've all got
Suit
cars,
yourself.
I think, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I've been hearing about this, like, climate change, like, environmental, whatever. Okay.
Way ahead of its time.
I know, it's so forward.
All right. Well, I guess I'll meet you guys at the campus. Maybe we could
Way
Go
ahead of you,
to-
and I keep walking.
maybe
Wow.
maybe we could go to maybe we could go find a coffee shop on campus and meet there.
Okay. That was funny.
Okay. I'll say you guys come to, there's an espresso bar / bookstore on campus called Bay Lights Books. It sort of has like a San Francisco skyline on the logo. And you guys settle in. It seems to be a coffee shop that's frequented by a lot of students. And just going in with your two-piece suits and your federal agent sort of looks about each of you, you get a lot of stares. And a lot of people that seem to be honed in on your position, even like the baristas and the people looking through the bookshelves, like they're all eyeing you.
Should I just say is it because I'm black? Should I say it?
Shut
No,
that out loud.
You just did.
Should I say that out loud?
I'll say loudly, well, professors, that's a good lecture that you had
Oh.
earlier today.
Okay. So you're trying to play it off like you guys are professors. I'll say that's going to be a persuade roll. At minus 20%. Because you guys are all dressed as federal agents. So this might seem more suspicious to them.
That's good.
So you're going to roll a persuade, and you're going to want to get under 30.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. That's.
Yes!
Yeah, totally. That lecture went about as well as expected for the very smart UC Berkeley students.
That's crazy. Yeah, you see,
I can't believe you got that.
so it's sort of like a bit of a godsend because as this worker in this cafe comes over to you, he has like a stained apron on, and one of those like French berets like you see in like stereotypical movies of colleges in the 60s. He's like, "Hey man, what are you a professor of anyway, man? I haven't seen you around campus."
Psychology. I haven't seen you in class very, very frequently.
No, I don't go to class very often. And like, you sort of put him on the spot and turn the reaction over on him. He seems to be uncomfortable. Like maybe he does skip class quite a bit. And it actually diffuses the whole situation a lot. Like people start to look away. They become distracted by the fact that he clearly is like a delinquent missing classes working at this coffee shop. And things start to settle down. You know, people start to look their own way, resume their conversations. People just like going through bookshelves. He's like, well, I wouldn't have. Oh, well,
I'm just kidding. We'll take. What do you guys want? Like, you want some lattes? I'll take a cappuccino, and what do you guys? 2 lattes?
Black coffee.
Black.
yeah. I'll go grab those for you. Heads over. Makes your drinks for you, puts them down, and you just hear like the chitter chatter of people resuming their own conversations across Baylight Books.
Do I see anybody? Like, everybody else has gone back to their business. Is there anybody else that seems to be like looking at us that kind of stands out?
You don't see anyone that really like stands out like a sore thumb. Just a lot of students that appear to be like studying for exams, perhaps buying books that they might either read or read for class. But yeah, no one in particular.
Guys, we came here to do what now? Just talk about it, or didn't?
Find an informant, right?
Oh, find the informant. Yes. Did we get any clues about the informant or no? don't think so, right?
Just that they're everywhere, apparently.
Yeah, if you'd like to.
All right,
to-
I'll like, stand up,
Mm.
go to the bathroom, just be like, all right,
Oh.
boys, I'll be right back. Off to the races, I guess. Very, at least just loud enough for someone to hear. And I'll walk to the bathroom, and as I
Yo.
say that, I'll look around and see if anyone responds.
How about you don't look? Well, you already did it, but how about we look around and you just look like you're going to the bathroom?
Yeah, I'll do that.
So repeat what you said. I just want to make get the dictation right of this.
Okay. I'll get up. Be right back. This coffee is feeling kind of funny, so I'll be right back. Off to the races. And I'll walk to the bathroom.
Okay.
Not the exact wording.
Not the exact wording.
Yeah.
It's the coffee.
You see, there is a woman in the bookshelves. She looks to be
In the bookshelves?
in the help.
she's clipping into
Help!
the
I'm
bookshelf.
stuck.
It's like Attack on Titan. She's in the wall. She's in the
Dude,
bookshelf.
that's crazy. She's in the bookshelf.
Yeah, you see, she has a copy of Time magazine, 1966. She looks up. She's looks to be in her 50s. She looks to be of perhaps an Arabic country. You can't tell. She has a darker complexion with glasses. And just from the outset, looks to be maybe a professor of some kind. But she visibly looks up from her Time magazine and towards you as you say this. And you said you head to the bathroom?
Yeah, just to play it off.
Okay.
Hopefully the other two notice this too, though, right? Presumably.
I think once we hear races, we kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, she discreetly makes her way to the bathrooms as well.
Yo.
She's sort of like following you a little bit.
Okay.
And she, both of you accompany as well?
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. Do we accompany, or do we stay here, Mr. Xander?
If you see someone following after, I would think
I think we should stay here.
But also, yeah, I think it's too much. Like, if you announce that and then we both go afterwards, I don't think that's
Yeah.
the whole table is missing. I don't think that's great.
Yeah.
How about you just tell us
All
afterwards?
right, I'll
what
tell you
happened?
after the fact.
Okay. This woman comes up. She has thick glasses on. Her face, even though it has wrinkles now, you gather like she used to be extremely beautiful back in the day when she was younger.
Being ageist, she's not beautiful now.
Even though she is now an ugly hag. No.
It's only
no.
1960, so allowed to say that.
No, just kidding. She looks great now as well. But she walks up to you. And she's like, was that for me?
Well, you are the one that responded, so it must have been.
Very well. She extends her hand, but she's like glancing around to see if people are watching. I am Dr. Nadia Fulani, professor of anthropology here at the university.
Crisanto Voss. Me and my colleagues here on official business.
What are you doing here at the bookstore?
All right, can someone give me a recap of what I'm actually supposed to be asking right now? Because it's a lot's happened.
I think we're trying to find out information, any kind of information about Fiona
Linway.
Linway, yeah.
What did you say her name was? This woman in front of me?
Her name is, I'll put it in the chat, Dr. Nadia Fulani.
It was not. Okay. Professor, we're currently investigating someone who may be involved in some rather shady dealings. Does the name Fiona Linway or the Ecotopian ring any bells for you?
The girl's name, no. I have not heard that name before. But the Ecotopian is a radical newspaper distributed amongst a small number of students here. They have some sort of ecological, theosophical bent to their writings, and they've hosted a number of demonstrations here on campus, especially after the detainment of Mario Savo earlier this year, one of the student agitators. I can show you their place of business if you'd like. They are 4 blocks down the street from here.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
I can't stay here for very long without looking suspicious. So I hope you'd understand after I show you to this building, you'd need to come see me in my office hours.
Of course.
And if I might ask, what is this all about?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much I can say, but well, to put it simply, the dead are meant to stay dead, and this time they didn't.
She looks a little shaken by that. Very well. I'll do whatever it takes to protect our country. I love living here. I am a proud American, even if I am a recent one. So I'll show you the way to the Ecotopian, and if you need me again, you know where to find me.
Much appreciated. And then he'll like stand aside so that she can lead the way.
Yeah, and you see this this woman starts to lead Crisanto out from the bathrooms out to she sort of catches both of your gaze because you're looking at Crisanto and she looks back at you, and both of them discreetly make their way out onto the street.
I'll just like give the two a nod, like a passing nod before walking out.
Okay.
Yes, we'll wait a minute before following as well.
Okay, you follow a little bit from a distance, making sure that you're far enough away to cast off any suspicion that you might be together. And you come to a restaurant 4 blocks down the street called Eagle Roost. Looks to be like an American food restaurant, just a run-of-the-mill mom-and-pop type establishment. And you see on the 2nd floor, it looks to be like offices of some kind. And she looks to you, Crisanto, and says, "It is on the 2nd floor. They don't have a sign or anything. They try to not attract too much attention to themselves for the authorities. But I must warn you, they are radicals. They have staged many violent protests across campus, and I do not know how they will react to your presence. So tread carefully."
Thank you, Professor. Not to worry. They haven't seen violence yet.
She sort of nods at that and heads down to a bus stop down the street and just waits for the bus to come and pick her up. And eventually you do see one comes. There's like a sign that flips up on the front of the bus that says Sproul Hall, like the bus is headed there. She gets in, and the bus takes off.
Do I see my colleagues coming up?
You do. You guys are soon reunited outside Eagle Roost.
Well, Chrysanta, what is this place?
Seems like the Ecotopian that was mentioned in that package refers to. What did you say it was? Like a news, like a journalism thing?
Yeah, she said it was a news publication for students.
It's a student ran or for students?
Student ran and for
Okay,
students.
Okay.
And they're radical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they appear to be radical, violent ecologists.
Maybe you can resonate with them, Xander.
Oh, yeah, what's our plan of attack here? Do we want to... I don't think we should just go in demanding answers.
No. College kids are sensitive. They'll react poorly.
Well, I think... First off, these suits seem to catch a lot of eyes on campus. Maybe we should slip into a clothing store, get something, put something else on.
It's not a bad idea. What do you say, Dr. Cross?
Yeah, let's find something else to wear.
Let's get comfy.
Okay. What clothes are you guys buying? How are you trying to appear?
Can I ask, Tyler,
Mhm.
when, like, in this world, when Delta Green agents need to do something governmenty or official, what do they introduce themselves as? Or do they always just, like, do it secret Men in Black style, like normals?
If you're going to introduce yourself to a Delta Green agent and make it known that you're an agent, you include a day at the races somewhere in what you say. That's how you
Okay.
secretly identify yourself. If you're talking to anyone else, the program doesn't exist.
Okay.
There is no such organization as Delta Green, nor has there ever been.
Right, so you don't, like, pretend to be, like, a different agency or anything? Like, if you need to do something official, you just, like, make it up?
You do if you're dealing with like a civilian, like someone not in the organization. If you guys wanted to, there are avenues to like requisition stuff.
Fake FBI badge or something?
Yeah,
Okay, I just didn't know how that worked.
yeah. There are ways. You can also requisition stuff from. You work for the FBI, Xander, so you could try to get stuff from them, but it would be at a minus 20% because this is not an official investigation. So you'd have to make something up, some reason to get like equipment from them.
Right.
But Delta Green, you could requisition stuff from if you needed.
Okay. Well, I think
Well, is there not like a clothing store or something that nearby that we could
No.
just...
No, yeah, you certainly
There
can.
is.
But if you guys
I-
wanted anything else, that's something to keep in mind.
I was just asking just in case.
I put in the chat what I'm going to be dressed as.
Oh, sick.
Let's go. It's from your
Oh,
mood
yeah,
board.
I need to look it up.
I love it.
Sick.
Where did he put this?
General.
Break room chat? General chat.
That's perfect. It's like that John Lennon type fit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Try to get
Let's see.
as far away from the Men in Black look as I can get. Gotta look like the youths.
Like the youths.
Yeah, and to be
Yeah.
honest, you guys all are still pretty young. You could potentially
Yeah.
pass as college students if you were going for like a graduate degree of some kind.
Yeah, I think my character is 28, 27. Probably somewhere.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's what
28.
Xander gets. What type of clothes do Voss
Oh.
and Dr. Cross get?
Oh, I got you, bro. This. It's from X-Men First Class, which takes place in
Yeah.
1962.
Oh, hell yeah.
So...
Let's go.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's sick.
The sweater vest, I love it.
Heck yeah.
That looks very college.
Hold on, I'm still looking.
Tyler, can you Photoshop our faces onto these traps?
Just for this part of the campaign. That's actually kind of close to what Xander has on in his art. A little bit.
Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't have to ditch the whole outfit, just like, you know.
Are we
just
trying to
the,
blend in like college students?
I
Yeah, I
don't,
think that.
as long as you don't look like a federal
Apple.
agent of some kind.
That was my thinking, that we would try to go as college students so we could try to, like, I don't know, right? Like learn more about, like, potentially come off as like we're trying to join. Right?
Or at least just like inquire about it.
What should I wear? Hey, what did you not? What was not on your bingo card this month? I'm trying to figure out an outfit to wear in D&D.
In
from the
D&D.
in the 60s.
Oh, you should dress like Jimi Hendrix.
That would be
Yeah.
sick.
That'd be sick.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Let me see.
The like flower patterns.
Oh my
like,
god, wait, and
Yeah.
and you're
Is this a race thing?
yeah,
No,
it is
no.
a race thing.
Maybe a little bit.
Absolutely a race.
clip that, clip that.
Clip it. He's canceled.
Listen, man, you wanted honesty, okay? I don't...
Here, I'm gonna do something like this. Actually, like a polo knit, like a knit polo shirt tucked in. This is not actually from this, but something like this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Damn. Is that Bruno Mars, dude?
I have no idea.
It looks like something he'd wear, Loki.
It's like-
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So by the time you guys are done shopping, it's about 2 p.m. So you know that they're likely in the building if you wanted to try to approach them now, or you guys could like wait, do some surveillance, approach them later on. You guys tell me. But you all pass as college students now, quite effectively. You no longer get any stares on the street or any looks of contempt from people.
That's good.
I guess what we would do if we wait, nothing would really happen, right?
Yeah.
Well, we'd see anyone walking in. I mean, yeah, I feel like we may as well just go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys head up, and you see like in a sort of a side entrance to the building. So there's sort of like you see the Eagle Roost restaurant, but there's like a side entrance used for like the business owners and whatever tenants are on the upper floors. Typical sort of city layout. And you see on the mailboxes, second floor, and then scrawled in with a piece of paper on top, Ecotopian, and it has a little peace sign drawn next to it on the mailbox. And you guys head up. The interior of the office that you walk into is extremely cluttered. And it's sort of this like work area that's just one large open suite. Looks like the walls are lined with like filing cabinets, and the floor itself is filled with like half a dozen desks that are all piled high with different loose paperwork and bric-a-brac. And you see a lot of posters of just like Greenpeace, Earth First, like these anti-nuclear war sentiment type posters with like gas masks and explosions. And all the desks are adorned with plants. You see there's a desk that's seated sort of nearest the stairs where you enter from, and it sort of acts as like a quasi reception area. And you see there's a tall, wiry young man in his early 20s with unkempt blonde hair and this like wearing this almost weathered like military surplus army jacket with hand-sewn patches on it. You see like a peace sign, a stylized tree, and Earth First that appears to be scrawled in just marker on the back of this jacket. As he stands up, his jeans are torn, and he has this like battered leather satchel that he walks up to you with. And he's like, "Hey, you guys students? You looking for the newest copy? Yeah, come on in. I can sit you down. We can start chatting."
Yeah, I'd love to see what this new issue is about.
Yeah, totally. Here, take a seat. And he pulls out a few like old, decrepit wooden chairs. And sort of sits them to the side, and you see like the various people that seem to be like the publication of this newspaper, who are just all students in like various like radical type clothing for this time period, start to come over and gather around as well. A few stay at their desks, but most of them come over. And he's like, sorry, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Dwight Jenkins. I'm the receptionist and basically the gopher for everyone in here. I go and grab supplies when it's needed and do my best to fight the forces of darkness that currently have a chokehold on our government and are currently destroying our planet. But what motivates you, man? What are you in here for?
Well, I just it sickens me to see every city I've been to. Just sickens me to see it all polluted and any kind of apprehension from anybody to do anything about it. Just like the corporations just seem to have their way with the land.
There's a bald girl with a nose ring next to you that's just like just nodding in agreement to everything you're saying.
It's like we need some kind of legislation to put these pigs in their place.
This this other girl that's standing there, she's sort of a petite woman with like frizzy brown hair, steps forward. She has a long patchwork skirt. She's like, yeah? Do you mean that?
Well, hell yeah, man. I mean, it's the only way anything could ever get done in this country is just to force the government to do what we needed to, whether it be through legislation or maybe some other means, whatever it takes.
That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to stop the clear cutting man. You see, like, she's a bit wild-eyed. She sort of comes back a bit to whatever mental place she went to, and she's like, are you trying to make this Labor Day a memorable one?
Yeah, I don't have any plans, if that's what you're asking. Why?
Another man steps forward. This man has a corduroy blazer and thick square glasses. And he has a slight trace of a Russian accent. And he's like, we are planning something this year. Something to disrupt campus activity to a magnitude we have not attempted before. His whole visage and his vibe and his academic inclinations almost give him like a Trotsky kind of vibe.
What? You're planning another one of those sit-ins? Yeah, I don't really think that's gonna do much. I think you need to go pick it up a notch.
Okay. I'm gonna have you roll a persuade roll. You get the sense that they were planning something violent, and you might call their bluff and push them farther than they would have gone previously.
Jimmy, this is not the mission.
Yeah, I gotta roll under 50. Yeah.
No way, dude. What the fuck?
Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, so I'm persuading them to be even more violent?
Yes.
But this could play into your favor. Part of what John Drake told you is that if you find who's responsible for it and prosecute them for a crime, you could put them away. So if you get evidence of them saying they're gonna like do some violent protest and it turns out they are responsible in some way for this doghead, you could get them arrested and they would sort of disappear as Delta Green would get involved from there. So in a fucked up way, this could actually help you to incriminate them. But with this, you like pushing them farther and farther. You see one of the people who's still at their desk, who hasn't come over yet, stands up. She looks to be a young woman of Asian descent. She is barefoot in the office, and she sort of has this like long trench coat over a black turtleneck. And she comes like real close to you, like probably a couple feet from you, and she's like, tell us exactly what you're talking about. What should we do? She's like smiling a little bit. She's like excited by the prospect, but she wants you to say it.
Deciding how far I want to go with this.
As you sort of hesitate for a second, the man in the corduroy jacket turns to her and is like, "We shouldn't tell them too much, Fiona. We've just met them.
Oh.
Let them tell us a bit first about what they are into, what they do before they stoke our fire, so to speak." Why don't we start with your names? What is your name, sir? The firebrand before me. What do you call yourself?
He's talking to me.
Yeah.
Or
That's yeah.
they call me Xander.
And what are you studying in university?
Oh, criminal psychology. All these serial killers that I keep hearing about in the paper, just something that, yeah, I feel like they're on the rise, so put them.
He's predicting everything in this session.
Man's a prophet.
You like how the human mind considers things?
Yeah, I'm interested in what makes it tick. What it can be pushed to do.
What the fuck?
That sounds. All right, scratch that. Just yeah. It sounds like I'm one of the serial killers.
You're just pushing them further and further with each sentence, like.
What can be accomplished if given given enough impetus?
Yeah, I'm just interested in how monsters like that can be. Is that nature or nurture? How do they end up like that?
It makes me think as well, to think of all the politicians that open up the veins of the earth for their own needs. It makes me think they are madmen. So I understand where you are coming from in a way. And you,
Yeah, I
sir,
mean-
turns
Oh, yeah, you're good.
to Dr. Cross.
Sorry, say that again?
What is your name?
Oh. Isaiah Cross.
And what are you studying, Isaiah?
To be a hopeful doctor at some point.
A very noble profession.
Trying to be.
Are you going to attend Dr. King's rally later this month?
Do I know who Dr. King is?
Martin Luther King.
Oh, him.
He spoke at UC Berkeley in
that guy.
1967.
Oh, what the heck? I didn't take my history course seriously.
Hmm.
Yes, of course. Put the fist up in solidarity.
And he turns to Voss last. What is your name? What do you study?
My name's Chris. I'm studying economics.
And what do you think of the economic torment the capitalists have brought on this country?
Well, to say that they're being inefficient with their money is an understatement.
I
Too many
think
cut corners.
it seems
Sorry.
like we can find some common ground then between all of us.
Also, here you go, Tyler. Check general.
Let's go.
It's perfect.
I mean, that's basically my my starting point for a lot of these concept arts I make. And then it's just make this better. Make this believable. No, that's hilarious. And they all start to become very amenable to you. They don't necessarily trust you as one of their own, but you've engaged in discourse that fuels their radical ideologies a bit, and their drive to protect the environment at all costs, which maybe isn't so radical, but their methods surely are.
Yeah, the way they're going about it is not brilliant.
And they pass you these pamphlets that are just like, you know, printed almost directly off of typewriters with very little adjustment of like the Ecotopian. There's different articles written by different names. You gather names that are present in the room. At one point, they start to like break out like wine, and they all just start drinking together once the end of the day starts coming around. But I'll reveal, because you guys did actually see her in that conversation, what Fiona Linway looks like. So you saw her as the girl who came up at the end and was like, when you pushed it to that extra violent place, she immediately stepped forward. She got interested once it became to that level. This is what she looks like. She's sort of a stern-looking young girl of Asian descent in a trench coat. And I'll put her on the evidence board as well. So you guys sort of like probe and prod into their ideologies and like chat with them a little bit more. Where do you want to take this? You've identified Fiona. They all sincerely believe you're students. You made it convincing enough. What's the next step?
The next part of the plan?
That's a good question.
I've been thinking about that this whole time, and I still don't really know.
We could kind of instigate. Like, I don't know. I kind of think it'd be fun to plan something.
You said they're drunk right now?
I mean, that's literally what the FBI did in the 60s, was just fan the flames until something happened and then just arrest people, incriminate them once it happened. But yeah, you were saying, Jose?
You said they're all inebriated right now?
They're starting to get there, yeah. They're starting to get tipsy. They offer you all some wine. Do any of you partake, or do you like come up with some excuse?
I'd have it. I don't want to be rude. I'll have some. Yep. Anybody else?
I'll take a glass and then pretend to drink, but they're hopefully they're too drunk to notice that the amount of fluid in my cup never gets any smaller.
I love it.
Um, hmm. Is there any kind of like, are they planning to do something like on campus?
Yeah, you know what? For this, why don't you give me what's your Q mint at?
mean-
60.
Oh wow, that's quite high.
I'm at 80.
Whoa, shit.
Whoa.
Genius over here.
Yeah, an 80 is considered like you are one of the most adept people at like recognizing human nature. Like you can almost always tell if someone's being lying or deceptive.
Yeah.
And I'll put this in no uncertain terms. You gather that this collective of people is planning a bombing that's
what
gonna
the
happen
fuck?
on Labor Day.
Oh, okay.
It's
My
not
thing
it's
was-
not it's not intended to kill anyone, but you gather they're just going to, while no one's at the administrative offices at UC Berkeley, they're gonna bomb the building, and it's gonna, I get in their minds, send some message about the Earth and about how everything should not be at odds against Mother Earth, who weirdly they all seem to hold in like a divine regard. Like there's a bit of a religious zealotry about some of the topics that they're saying.
Yeah, I can't remember why I made that so high, but you said it was important, so I put some in here.
There's a lot of like weird sort of like pagan iconography about the office.
Like,
What?
What, like, oh my, I can't think of any examples right now.
It just looks like you know, like certain like Celtic, like loving the earth, Mother Earth style images. Does anyone have above 50 occult?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Oh, I'm at 70.
Oh shit.
Holy shit!
We're
what?
covering the bases here, boys.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, so you know that they seem to be referencing this like particular Celtic goddess in a lot of their iconography. It's a bit too obscure for you to know off the dome what it is, but even just knowing that it's like a Celtic goddess iconography is like your level of knowledge in the occult. They clearly seem to be invoking some natural earth goddess from
Ask him about it. Ask him about it.
I was thinking about asking Fiona. I was gonna go talk to her, and like I talk to her a bit, and then like kind of lead up to this. But I was gonna say to her, like, hey, you seemed interested in my. If I had any ideas for any kind of uprest, well, or unrest. What if we went to the economics building and filled it with a bunch of trash bags and burned them? You know, if they're gonna keep filling our cities with trash, then and suffocate us, then well, we'll see how they like it. Maybe she can tell me from there a little bit about her plan.
So you're talking to Fiona at this point?
Yeah, so I'm like revealing a bit of what I was thinking, and then hoping she can talk about what she was thinking. Gaining a bit of her trust.
Okay. For this, because I think that's a great approach. But I'm gonna have you make a persuade roll, because I don't I don't entirely know. I don't entirely know if she would share the full extent of it to an outsider.
Does her being inebriated help at all?
Yeah, I'll give you a plus 20%.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have,
And when I'm at 70.
yeah, so you're gonna roll it at 70.
Oh,
No!
you're kidding me.
God damn.
Use your insp. We don't have any insp though. So sad.
I luck die.
There is essentially my version of luck in this game is going to be a pushed roll. So I know you know what that is, Jimmy, from Call of Cthulhu. Basically, you can push a roll and you can roll again. If you succeed, it's a success, but if you fail, it's considered a critical failure.
Yeah.
So it's a bit risky, but you could chance it. Each one of you gets one of these per session. So you could use your one. A push roll, you guys get one of them each session. Basically, you can say, I'm going to push this, which means you roll again, you try something different to try to accomplish the same thing. If you succeed, great. If you fail, it's considered a critical failure. It's considered a fumble.
Fuck.
Critical failure in this interaction might not be great.
No, it could mean a lot of things, including the exposure of a bunch of stuff.
Of Delta
Yeah.
Green itself.
Maybe I won't push it too much. So like I feel like. Okay, well, yeah. What would she say?
First episode, first session exposes Delta.
Done.
So there's this organization. There's this program.
Hey, do you know what off to the races means?
Yeah, so she's sort of like a little drunk, a little bit red in the face, and she's like, yeah, I think that's a great idea. And she doesn't elaborate on her plan. It's almost a reaction of like someone who's like, oh, let's go speeding in your car, and they're like, oh, like going like 60 or 70.
Oh, she's like, oh yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, exactly. Like she's like, oh, okay, you know. She's thinking they might have done that maybe in their earlier days, but that's not crazy to her at all.
Oh, you seem like seems like you're thinking about something bigger. You're not impressed by that.
Yeah. I always think bigger. That's my biggest flaw, really, is I'm just so ambitious.
Well, wait, what day is it? Is Labor Day like?
Yeah, it is Saturday, yeah.
It's on Monday, right? Labor Day.
Or no, actually now it's Sunday. So
Sunday now?
so Labor Day is tomorrow.
Oh,
How is it Sunday?
Because they were contacted on Saturday, and then the office is closed on Sunday. So they called you all in on Sunday to give you the briefing.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this potential bombing could happen tomorrow.
Nice.
well, yeah, I guess it would be a little bit late to change plans, but perhaps I could help in some way.
Yeah, I mean, we can use all the help we can get. Maybe you want to disperse some pamphlets for us on campus? She is fully stonewalling you. Like, she doesn't trust you to that level yet. That's the failed persuasion roll coming into effect.
Okay, yeah, we're still on that. All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess if I, you gotta work your way up around here. Start off with the small jobs. So I still got plenty. There's plenty of things I would need to know about this place before, if I was to become like a member, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm ambitious. If I see ambition in you, that can take you places very fast.
Yeah, I mean,
we
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
reward the crazy shit around here. The shit that no one else wants to do. We reward that. That is genius. That is the next level of protest. So, if you do something to prove yourself, we can talk.
Oof.
With your humans at what it is, you gather she's being a bit flirtatious too. There's a bit of a romantic interest that she's toying with in her mind.
Ooh.
Hey, sheesh.
And she's like, maybe you could show me what you're capable of.
Alexa, stop.
Wait, is she like suggesting like some kind of like date, or is she just like some what does she seem to be suggesting?
Yeah, with your humans, you know that she seems to be like almost turned on by like radical change and like radical opposition. So the fact that she's like trying to push you to do something to prove yourself is like exciting her. She seems to be like giving you a lot of eye contact and like sort of leaning into the conversation where she might not have before. So while Jimmy thinks about this, what are you two doing? Crisanto and Dr. Cross. Would you like to do anything as these students are starting to get liquored up?
Wouldn't happen to have a recording device on me, would I?
Yes, you do, actually.
Oh, shit.
Reel-to-reel tape recorder is in your equipment.
Yo.
I think at some point after noticing that they starting to get inebriated, I'd like to see if I could like discreetly switch it on.
Okay. Why don't you make a stealth check for me?
Oh boy.
By the way, when you guys fail a check, make sure you tick the box next to that skill.
Huh?
There's like a check mark box.
Oh,
Really?
wait. Well, okay.
Yeah. I forgot to say that earlier on, but
What does that do?
so for basically every skill you fail at the end of the session, you get +1 to it.
Oh, I
Huh?
see.
So
You get plus like 71%.
exactly, yeah. So for
Maybe I'll
example,
roll under 71. Oh, cool. I know that.
yeah. So in Xander's case, you failed the persuade check, so you're gonna end the session with a 51 in persuade.
Wait, I didn't check any of those ones from. I can't remember.
Yeah, so we can go back and check after the session, make sure we got everyone, but just something to keep in mind going forward. But
Sanity doesn't do that.
no,
Oh, yeah,
unfortunately
well,
not. Sanity,
Oh
sanity,
my
and
God.
unnatural are the two that don't.
Oh, you know what? You know what? If you fail, it checks automatically for me.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Okay, that's sick. Taken care of. This sheet is amazing. I'm telling you, it's like automated in the best ways.
Well, I mean, it didn't work, so maybe.
Did it not check it automatically for you?
No, as in like I failed the roll.
Oh yeah.
I'll just pretend I was reaching for a sandwich or something.
A loud whirring is heard as you click on.
Oh yeah, you meant for your stealth. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. It's not a critical failure, but I'm gonna make a luck roll to see if someone notices this tape recorder.
Okay.
If they notice it, this could go very south.
You're about to get fucked.
You could. You know that
No.
that radical students are often armed,
Push it, dude. Push it.
and they all have a bit of liquor in them.
It's only a 50, dude. I can't.
So make a luck roll for me, Jose.
Wait, where's the luck?
It should be
Oh,
yeah,
that's
It's
also
a
a 50.
50-50. It's always a 50.
Oh, is it?
Wait, that's good. Wait,
That's
good.
that's a
That's
critical
critical,
success.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. That's wild. And this is like the
Crazy.
biggest critical success, right?
Yeah.
Like the one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is, so tell me how you hide it. You hide
are
it.
there-
You hide it perfectly before someone can see it.
Are there levels of crit?
There's just critical and
Okay.
normal success.
No, because you said that's the highest. Oh, that just meant
Yeah,
that's the best possible.
it's the
crit.
best possible roll. It's a 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
But like a 1 versus an 11 versus a 22 are all the same level.
yeah, same thing.
Okay. What was your question?
So yeah, so a critical success means you hide it extremely well, either through like amazing quick thinking, you like manage to hide it, or like you convince them that this was already here or something. How do you sort of hide it even though you haven't started recording?
I mask the sound of the tape recorder starting to go up with the sound of me clinking the wine bottle into my glass.
Hell yeah, you time it perfectly.
I time it.
But sadly, with the failed stealth, like where you've placed the recorder won't pick up
Yeah.
anything. Like you
Ah,
didn't really have
Okay, that's fine.
time to place it well, so that's sort of the failure.
okay, that's fine. That's fine.
But you've saved yourself from being exposed.
Yikes.
So yeah, we'll cut to Dr. Cross. What
And are we at a bar or?
you guys are still
We're
in the
their
office. Yeah,
Oh, we're just in the office getting inebriated.
yeah,
Yeah, you're in their office getting wasty.
Oh.
yeah. This is just like where they hang out on the weekends.
Hmm. Is Cristano drinking or no?
I'm fake drinking.
You're fake drinking.
Like the glass is going in my mouth, but the liquid is not decreasing.
Deciding whether I should. We're technically working. I don't care. I'll probably just have a glass of like scotch and then just like basically just jotting down thoughts in my notebook, observing. Probably be the best thing that he could do.
Okay. What are you paying attention to? What details? Like, are you trying to write down names of people? Are you trying to write down
well,
like
yeah,
the
I would
suspected
say-
plot that they have for
Yeah,
tomorrow?
just like mainly main like big points that they were saying, but like I'm also as a cover just writing down the things that like pop into my mind, thinking about the dog and then like what happened earlier and then all that stuff. So like if somebody comes over to me, I'll be like, I'm doing like doctor's notes basically.
Okay. And we'll cut back one last time to Xander. Things are starting to heat up between you and Fiona. She's like wanting to see something from you to prove that you really mean what you're talking about. You're talking a lot of game about
yo.
this, like, yeah, I mean, there is that dual meaning. Like, she sort of is like seeing how far you can push these radical things you're saying. Like, if you're really bullshit. And if you aren't bullshit, she's into that.
Well,
She's leaning into it.
is she expecting me to do something like right now? Is that what she's
Strip.
getting at?
She seems to indicate before the plan tomorrow that they have.
Completely misread her cue and just get naked.
The naked man.
Free love, man. It's the 60s.
Oh, so Tyler, how much longer do we have?
Not long, not long at all. Yeah, probably like 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, see that most of you are packing right here. If I told you I could hook you up with some bigger firepower.
Oh shit.
What the heck?
Hell yeah. So I'll ask this. Does Xander actually have something in mind for this, or is he just bullshitting?
I would think he has like, I don't know, maybe he has like a few weapons in like a storage unit, but I don't think he'd be like actually willing to give them.
Okay. In that case, I'll call for another persuade.
Jeez.
This time, I'm not going to give a bonus because it's pretty risky what you're trying to do. And very easy to tell based on how you comport yourself if this is bullshit or not. Like, you're talking about actual guns in a locker somewhere.
50-50.
50-50. You can also
Yes.
push.
Oh,
Let's go. She leans like close to you, like the closest she's been this whole conversation. Her eyes are like wide, but like not in a surprise, but like in an intense wide. She's like, show me. Let's get
about your.
let's get the party let's get the party started early tonight.
Perhaps we could go someplace
Private.
private.
Let's go! Smash! And
Alright.
that's where we leave off.
Well, where we're gonna leave it off is, I'm gonna roll a roll on her side to see which way she goes, because she's sort of torn, right? She has this attraction to you, but she also has this attraction to ideology. I'm gonna see which way she
Ooh.
swings before we leave off.
Do we get an ally or do we get an enemy? We'll see. Also, what's happening? Because aren't we supposed to be investigating something?
Yeah, her. The whole
Oh, it
point
was
is
her?
supposed to get
Okay. She rolled a critical failure, which
Let's
which
go.
means she gives in to her just like attraction to you.
Oh,
Let's
you,
go,
you
baby.
She rolled-
hooking up.
She rolled an 88 critical failure.
Oh, sheesh.
So
And
the
then-
last shot we see is just, maybe the other agents don't even see this, maybe they clock it briefly, is you leading Fiona by the hand down the stairwell, away from all these people, away from all these armed
Go up the
protesters,
gun.
and heading off to the street.
Back to the shag and wagon.